Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-month reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of December, as usual, I have two special sales offers available. One is a 2020 sneak peek early reading. It's a reading that guides us through what type of major experiences, opportunities, changes, and challenges might be a part of that next year cycle for us. And the other one is called A Gift from the Universe. It's a special themed reading that was conceived considering Sagittarius season and also Christmas time. And it's a reading that focuses solely on bringing positive guidance and what kind of goods you can be expecting that are coming your way and being manifested at this time for you and ahead. So if you would like to know more details about those special offers or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, such as my Instagram and Facebook pages. So Sagittarius, there's like a feeling of a heads up for some of you during this mid-December period of time, where the transition to Capricorn season, and particularly as we move into the new moon in Capricorn, which is going to be as well an eclipse, there's a certain change in positive event happening right before it or at that time. For some of you Sagittarius souls connecting with me, that deals with some reform of your current financial, professional, material world wealth conditions. For some of you that have felt like your money has been tight, your sense of safety, your sense of security, your sense of comfort with the Four of Pentacles that has been a little bit tight. Or for some of you that have felt you only have pentacle cards in your lineup of cards. So very interesting, because there's a heavy focus on Capricorn energy, on earth energy, on grounding. And it feels like for some of you that have had some issues of lately with finances, things will be improving and getting better, especially as you go again into the beginning of next year. I feel like some of you can expect really positive turnarounds and circumstances on that sector. But there's also something here about some of you could be looking forward to a positive change when it comes to the way you feel safe, steady, comfortable in your own process, journey, life, body. It feels like there has been things tying you down to a more restrictive type of structure of life that has been a little bit smothering or too repressive, again, controlling of your own spirit. It is almost like some of you Sagittarius have been in this quest and this mission to learn a little bit more about the material world, how to be more accountable, more responsible, more pragmatic, have your feet on the ground without losing those sight of the stars. And I feel like there are some Sagittarius that in the last months, years even, you have been through something where either you completely neglected your own soulful, emotional, visionary qualities, things that are more of the other realms, right? Things that are more about emotional fulfillment and freedom, freedom of your own pursuits, freedom to pursue something here that is not about the day-to-day life, it's not about money, it's not about anything but just the need to be free, pursuing, learning, experiencing life, which is a very huge Sagittarius trait, right? But you have been not allowed, or you felt like you were held back for some of you during the last months or years, where you needed to kind of repress more of your spirit to deal with practical concerns. Perhaps you had to step up to a position in your own material world that you needed to take more seriously. Perhaps you had huge responsibilities. Perhaps your family was not doing well. Perhaps you were solely, you know, responsible for your own, and that on its own can be a huge pressure, right? Because if we're not receiving, a good amount of money, if we're not capable to produce, to manifest, to bring into our life, a comfortable amount of money, we're not able to feel like we can pursue other things, right? We are always on the survival mode and the need to get more and acquire more to feel safe. And the more we try and the less we get and the less we gain, the more settled we get into this type of energy where it's like you have been, constantly doing the same type of routine or following here some sort of routine that is very fastidious for some of you, and it has been costly here. There has been a price some of you Sagittarius have been paying, a huge one, when it comes to sacrifices you have made, considering the long-term potential of something or the long-term plan of something. And I feel like you have reached, or you are about to reach, the end goal, okay? The end of a phase where things were really slowly developing with the Knight of Pentacles as your challenge. So there's still that feeling of things, taking time, needing to still be patient, strategic about your moves. You're not advised to be careless. You're not advised to be, irresponsible. You're not advised to be reckless at this time, because it's almost like the actual words that I'm hearing is like Saturn is watching you, and Saturn is in Capricorn. Again, we're going to have a huge transition of energy and planets into your second house, Sagittarius, which is Capricorn, and it deals with finances, and it deals with values, and it deals with how we take care of our own needs, our comforts, right? Our possessions, our talents, our skills, all of that. There's a huge spotlight. The good thing is that Saturn has been there, which has been causing delays, or perhaps more of like a sense of struggle, a sense of needing to put in a lot and not receiving enough. The good thing is that, again, with this transition of planets into Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Jupiter, which is already in Capricorn, this is going to make it easier on some of you. It's like you release finally a certain karmic cycle regarding finances and regarding wealth and regarding your connection with your own body. I feel like for some of you this is also speaking about you have been learning a lot about health, or health. It could be physical health, it could be mental health, emotional health, but the sense of you have been learning a lot about your own skin, okay? And this has many, many, many interpretations that you could, take from this. But some of you have really been, in a way forced to learn, but now that you do, you're going to start to apply all of that knowledge, all that you have suffered, to good use, because you have the 10 of Pentacles here as your advice and outcome. So this is beautiful. There's definitely growth coming, okay? You go from 4 to 10, 10 being the highest level, right, of abundance that one can get. So you can expect that there will be this arch of time. Of course, for some of you, it will not be all during mid-December, but you can expect a positive flow, okay? In terms of finances, family life, comfort, your own lifestyle, in terms of prospects, career-wise, if you have been dealing with health issues, again, you can expect like a positive increase of good wealth, health, and prosperity. I feel like also if you have been concerned with logistics, you're going to have logistics of something. Again, it could be your own home life. Perhaps you have been wanting or needing to make some sort of how you call it, like construction work, changes in the home to make it safer or more comfortable. Perhaps you have, you needed to purchase something important to the maintenance of your home or your business, your office, something about, again, logistics. And for some of you that have been like trying to get um, either, a better space or add more comfort to something in terms of a home space or business, again, I keep getting, you will be able to do so. Don't be disencouraged. I feel like some of you sometimes can be a little bit disencouraged because you still have worries and anxiety and all of that trapped inside of you from the previous experience. It's like even when you see things flowing, you kind of suggested with past, problems or issues you had. Some of you need to do some release, energetic release when it comes to worries. Having a lot on your shoulders, okay, having a lot to take care of, or where you have been disappointed, where you have found an energy of letdown with things not working previously the way you wanted them to. There's a sense of needing to rewrite your thoughts here when it comes to abundance and when it comes to achievement. You will be achieving whatever you're setting yourself to do this time. But I also feel like it's like you need to be more open to change than what you might currently be. I see that there is some stubbornness for some of you Sagittarius that might be at times interfering with your own luck. So it's like the Four of Pentacles has a side to it that can be very, clingy, very held back, fearful of change, fearful of the unknown, fearful of anything that it's not, secure in its own hand. So there's control issues interfering with your own growth as well at this time. It could be that this is the thing keeping you from achieving the very same goal that you intend. It's like I need to open up a little bit more, Sagittarius. I feel like some of you are at war with yourselves as well, like between letting go or holding on into something. And this could be like in terms of, again, something you consider being your own, like a sense of ownership might be sometimes delaying you, okay, postponing progress. Might come from your own sense of ownership towards, it could be an actual possession, or it could be, something you see that way, like a loved one, a relationship. There are some dysfunctional tendencies here as Sagittarius when it comes to more private matters, when it comes to emotional matters. Some of you don't get, or you're not getting along, you're not getting on, in the same page as someone you're dealing with intimately or family-wise because you're too scared either to open up and really speak about your concerns and speak about your views and speak about what you're scared of. It's like you don't want someone to see you and what's really internally going on, but you also don't want this person's situation to go away. You don't want to lose. You don't want to let them go. So there's a little bit of a crossroads that some of you are at in your personal relationships. And the dysfunction, it could be because you're very, you're holding on strongly to an emotion or a person to which you have a strong sense of attachment to, but you might not be doing that in the best ways. Obviously, it could be that you're also dealing with someone like this, particularly if you're dealing with an earth sign person energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could go both ways. There's a sense of dysfunction in relationships that might also be a cause of stress. if you're avoiding emotionally and intimately connecting and opening up with someone, being vulnerable with someone because you're currently dealing with financial struggles or professional struggles or family struggles, um, it's like you don't want the person of interest to see the reality of what you're dealing with or facing. I feel like you're doing it wrong. Like there's something here about you. They have your back, or they will have your back. Whatever you're going through, it's the opposite way. It's the opposite, way that would make the problem grow stronger and perhaps lead to some fights or separations or unwanted outcomes, is by not revealing what you're dealing with. It's like some of you want to keep this composure, keep this image of being someone that at this time you cannot be, or at this time you are not. I also feel like promises are promises. So if you have made certain promises, there must, again, responsibility is a huge theme here. You must keep your word at the best of your extent. And if you can't do that, don't pretend you can. There's again a sense of promises versus false promises, or it could also be that someone promised you something and they're taking too long to deliver if they will, and that is getting on your nerves as well during this time. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.